War on Nature, Looking Part 2. We're going to revisit this giant, and then we're going to go over the rest of the stumps. Now, I couldn't settle last night, I kind of realised that I don't actually know the origin story of what all this is, but the giant and that lot. So I've looked up the artist and found a lot of pros and cons, for the authenticity of this thing. Like I said yesterday, it's like, why would they have done the beard like this? You know what I mean? It looks like all, and the hair, you know what I mean? Like it survived it, well, not survived the ash waste. But, so yeah, like, with the arm, it doesn't look like that's how, like, rock naturally falls apart, you know what I mean? But if it is a sculpture, you know what I mean, that may be more an explanation, because it's like, mixed it together and made like some sort of concrete or whatever. And then all that, as we were going to mention yesterday, I never got around to it, which mud fossils mentioned it as well, like, all the colours coming out at leg. And again, fruit mouth, all this discolouring. It's, it's kind of odd, you know what I mean? Why is that, if it's just a sculpture? Unless it were painted or something like that kind of thing, like, but I'm going to show you next. So yeah, it says it's made of stone and brick. And it doesn't really look like that, you know what I mean? We're going back to that picture. It doesn't like stone and brick. Especially in that side there, like concrete, you know what I mean? Like cement and all that kind of stuff. But I want to know more about its construction, like, if it were hollow, that'd be one thing, and there are rooms in there, you know what I mean, and that makes you think that, oh well, it must be a statue or whatever and stuff. But if it were a real petrified giant, wouldn't they want to try to hide it? So, if you put some rooms in there and you've got like walls with wallpaper on and stuff like that, it no longer looks like you're inside something. It just looks like you're inside a room. So, all them kind of things, like, so let's have another look at this. As your artist, Giambologna. Oops. And these are his works. So you got stuff like this. Which are all, normal sized statues. Similar size to people. You got ours. And then you got this one. It's like vastly different in character to the other ones. It's supposed to be the same artist. I mean, it's kind of similar in terms of like, like the anatomy skill and all that kind of thing, like. But I mean, people can do that today anyway, in terms of, the model builders and all these kind of things and stuff, like, you got like stuff in movies and, props and that. So then you got, we're looking at here, it's, see that, hold on, it's like a snake's head, and it's supposed to be like holding onto it. His hands like a meter, a few away or whatever. But there's like these other statues around it. One of them's this. This is a dragon. It's around his back kind of thing. But like, you look at this dragon, right, and like the detail on it is not. It's just not the same. You look at its hair, like around its mouth and stuff. How come it's not got hair like the giant? You know what I mean? Caked in whatever it is, like what looks like ash waste and stuff. Well, this looks actually like the artist's style rather than the giant, which looks a little bit different to the artist's style. And also, you've got it in sections. You've got a line there, a line there, a line there. So what? Well, this too heavy to put up as one piece, but the giant will fine. You know what I mean? It's kind of like, what's that about in a sense? So then I put on a video and I saw this and I thought that just destroys it. You know what I mean? Why am I going to believe that that's real? But also in the conspiratorial aspect of things. Say if its eyes didn't survive the petrification process and they replaced the eyes and put eyelids in and all that kind of. So the artist has added to it in that kind of way. Maybe, maybe not. I mean, you look at the nostrils as well, kind of thing. Like you can't really see much of it and stuff. It just seems weird. Also, where did it mention that? Stalactites in the beard. The Colossus is about 11 metres tall, meant to be as a personification of Apennine Mountains. It was the water source for the never mind. Britolino. It's fountains and secret water plays. Colossus, never mind anyway. His left hand in front of him. I can't read it whilst looking through the phone at the same time. It's difficult as that. There's a squeeze the head of a sea monster. He's not there. He's just got his hand on the ground before the monster's head come out, and the monster's head doesn't look. You know, it's more akin to the dragon. You know what I mean? It's like it's got that kind of personality to the artwork. Water comes out of the serpent as well. So there's a lot of features around it. He's depicted naked with stalactites in the thick beard. So, where is he? Stalactites. The artist could have put them in. You know what I mean? Taken them from a cave and put them in. But again, it's like the colour. If they're developing stalactites, that's really strange for a statue to do that. Is there any other statues in the world that have stalactites coming off them? Again, like I said, the artist could have just put them on. I don't know. Unconfirmed. This is a giant debunking photo. So you got this tree that's dead kind of thing, and it's hollowed out as well. So all this area, you got these like holes and that lot. And these giant videos that are like saying that these holes that you're getting in caves and stuff are part of a giant's anatomy. Whereas really, this is showing you that this is exactly what a tree can do. Is it hollows out and then this is remained and stuff. Not that I'm totally against the idea of giants. Obviously, I'm questioning it with the Colossus statue. Like I say, the other ones just don't really match up. So you like look at that, see all that colour coming out outside the mountain. Where's my finger? Like all there. There. Which is very similar to the other colour. Oh, where's it gone? Which, you know, it's a question, but is it like I said, his eyes look. That's like a destroyer when you see his eyes. It just does not look like it's real at all. But in terms of like I said, hiding what it is, you know what I mean? It's that potentiality. And again, like the artist's work just doesn't look like that really, like the rest of it. Like the dragon at the back, it doesn't match the personality of the style, not personality, of a Colossus statue. The same with the serpent, if we can find. Hang on. There's another thing here. Look at his armpit. I don't agree with that. That looks like a statue. See what I mean? It's kind of like, well, that's. It's just so strange, though. You know. Like why have? It's got a serpent in there. It's got its feet. See, and that serpent's head's down there. So his hand's not actually on the serpent. So the serpent could have been added later, basically. But no, especially when you see it face, I think that's one that destroys it. But again, it's the same argument. I don't know. Like I'm not. I didn't really look up the the giant things whilst they were on my giant tree research. I'd seen a lot of it. You know what I mean? Like Jimbo's put a lot on and stuff like. But a lot of them are very mixed. You know what I mean? You've got like an island of the shape of a dolphin. Let's say if the sea level changed, it might not look like a dolphin anymore. So you know what I mean? It's not enough sometimes. It depends what we're looking at and stuff. So again, a tree stump. You can see it missing part. Like I said, it's not really good. It looks alright to me, but not on my phone. But like I said, if you know you've looked up Hangman's videos, and you can really tell. You know what I mean? It's like this is confirmed now. We're all watching this on the Forest on Flat Earth and stuff. It were questionable. It's like I wanted it to be true, but you know what I mean? I didn't have enough evidence to like say it were. But I mean, it's like, you know, despite it looking obvious, it's like, well, what else could it be? You know what I mean? You don't realise how big Devil's Tower is sometimes. You know, sometimes I used to think that like asteroids had come down to Earth, smashed into rock, so all sedimentary rock were all pointing up now. You know what I mean? If in certain areas, like sometimes you can find a piece like just like sticking up out of the beach, like so like 20 foot long and 20 foot, like a square piece, like just, you know what I mean? It's like it doesn't really make sense because it's like, you know, but it does now. You know what I mean? But it's basically like just a piece of this on its own. The rest of it's weathered and washed away, and then it's just like the final piece that's standing and stuff. I'll, I'll see if I can find that at some point. I don't think I've got it though. I think it's something I've looked at online. So if I find another one, I'll show you. Again, alt rock. I've not really come across giants. I never fell. Whilst I've been searching, with that hip bone or pelvic bone or whatever it was we saw on I showed you that previous video. Volcano. But it's all just been stuff like this. I can see tree. I can see, you know, structure of it and stuff like that. Well, to a degree, it's quite weak in a way like that. But it's like I say, it's all buried itself, so it's really difficult to see it. There's a crater with a ring of that around it. I'll try and drag that picture around when I go to it. Look at this one. All muscle structure. You know what I mean? And then it's got like this ankle which kind of comes out of a structure for whatever, you know, for however tall it's going to grow and stuff. Got all that over there kind of thing as well. Yeah, it's all broken down in it, but that's quite good. For trees, when I say muscle structure, like I said, I didn't really find much in terms of giants and stuff. See, all these trunks together, 1, 2, 3, 4. Little one looks like it would have been a massive forest. Like all of them growing up, I mean, all branches which would have come off them. One there, obviously in the background. And see, it's all covered, buried. You know what I mean? There's that one there kind of thing. You know what I mean? With several popping up above the clouds. You see, like, the angle that the ground will go down and where it meets other mountains and all that kind of stuff. And look how high the trees have pushed the ground up in that kind of sense. You know what I mean? It's like these mountain ranges. Because if you remove the mountain, you know, where's the land then? You know what I mean? It's like in the same sense here kind of thing. So again, for that for wood, you can see layers. Right down there kind of thing. There's one there, and whatever with that one. It might not have a ring because it might have been like a volcano or something like that. The other ones might be as well actually, but still in the same sense. A volcano is a dead giant tree anyway. Another petrified stump. A small one. You see how it's like sandstone? How it's wearing away. Like when you get your dry stone walling. It's more like that kind of thing in a sense. It's a bit more choppy. It depends. Some dry stone walling kind of really wears it away quite quick. Sorry. So look at all trunks. sticking out of it. And then again, a lot of debris. It's bloody, but a good shape though. That's just another angle of the first stump, which we looked at like 5 or 10 minutes ago, after Giant. I think it's around that side. But you can see it from, from this angle, so you've got more of an idea of what we're looking at, kind of thing. In fact, that's what I'm on about. Yeah, now. But another petrified stump. Again, a small one. But look at it though. In terms of like columns, like Devil's Tower, it's just like it. And again, you got your debris, which has fallen away, which is exactly the same. Which Angman specialises at that kind of thing. Well, and seeing grain as well, but this is just a really good piece though. It's like, look at like the top of a mountain. You know what I mean? It kind of got that pattern on some mountains. Like a Devil's Tower, for example, and stuff like. Where it's kind of flat at their top, but kind of mountains like that. Look at all that. So it's everywhere. There's nowhere where this isn't, in a sense. Okay, there's less mountainy areas and stuff, like a desert, but every desert used to be a jungle. So look at that for a piece of sedimentary rock on its side. They all end up on the side. You know what I mean? It's like it's the wrong position for sedimentary rock. Half dome. See, like an half dome. You can see shape at stump, and then there's all this area. Is it just how it burnt? And you're like, we're taking ages to burn because it's all thick and there's probably a lot of moisture, but we're being drawn up as well, kind of thing. And you kind of almost put itself out, and as soon as it rained or something like that, it was just easy for the, you know what I mean, like a slow burn, and then it just killed it off, kind of thing. Did rain? I don't know, something like that, kind of thing. There's no other explanation of why it'd be kind of that shape as such. So talking about that one there, you got all them colours coming out and stuff, which matches the giant's leg and that, and it's a weird shape and stuff. It could have been just the way it burned, you know what I mean? And it's like, I don't know, breaking away or whatever. It's smouldering slowly, I don't know, I've got no idea, really, kind of thing. Like, I mean, if that was some sort of petrified giant, it doesn't have to be a human giant, you know what I mean? But it doesn't even have to be a giant if that's like natural for stone to do that. And I don't know, like I say about giant, it just kind of makes it more a questionable kind of thing. And more is Yosemite. Yeah, just stumps, but some of them are quite good. I see wood colour and stuff. See that part of the other stump like. And it's vastly different in ways, but at the same time, the columns are exactly the same. You know what I mean? Well, just the shape of the, because it's flat tops more than that other one, like. But yeah, there's loads of mountain ranges, loads of them, and some of them look really good. For like recognizing what it used to be. Cathedral Valley. I don't think there were buildings because where's the rooms and all that kind of thing. There's no sense for it in my mind. But I did find a tree which kind of looked like one. Look at all debris, So that used to be, well, I still, for what's it called, trees. So like, look at this tree. It's like got a flat wall. It's almost like a square, you know what I mean? It's just like this mass cluster of pretty much one trunk, but you know what I mean? It's like, because you can't, it does actually look like a wall, you know what I mean? Not so much at this side, but then all this, that'll have burnt off, and then you've got this massive block of wood remaining, which looks a bit like that. You know what I mean? Potentially. It could have been a completely different type of tree. But there's no rooms for it to be a building. There's a lot of them. There's a lot of see, quite often when some of the buildings like look melted, but they're made out of like rock, and it's got quartz in it, so that quartz would have turned to glass. So what I think it is where people used to live in the trees, like with carved out tunnels in them and stuff like. And then when the Great Fire came along, that's disfigured them. You know what I mean? So there's like half of it's missing or whatever and stuff like. Yeah, for a lot of it, I don't know for all of them. There might be some cases of melted buildings which actually make more sense. Like clay is different to rock with quartz in it and stuff. But I've got more to talk about that, but I've run out of video time. So I'll upload this and make another. Cheers.